Okay, sorry, my batteries just died, so I'll just have to clip that together. Okay, so there's these clips right here. They're pretty straight. What you're going to want to do is, oh, what did I do first? This has been so long since I've done this. It's kind of the similar thing I did to Ikato's bangs, though. What did I do first? I believe I might have cut the point first. Should have prepared this better. Grab them. Okay, so I clipped it like this. Obviously I'm just doing a guesstimate here, but what I do is cut along with my scissors, which I'll grab out for you as well. Scissors I'm using are Giddy scissors. They're from Walmart. You can find them in the hair care section. I actually don't really like them that much. Like, I mean, they're okay, but sometimes they don't cut the greatest. But what you do is just cut along here, right? And then you'd get a point. Can turn this over. It's not really the best example here without cutting. Sorry. Okay, you get a point kind of, and then you'd just, after you have that point, this really doesn't work that well, you clip it again, only from the other side, I believe is what I did, and it would give you that general point. You'll get it. Like, if you think in your brain, it takes a couple minutes to think, how should I do this without wrecking it, but that's what gives you this general point right here. Is how I did that, is I clipped up here and made one section like this, and then I clipped it the other way and made another section, and then it gave me that point right here, because you want to make sure you got your point first, because that's like a really big important part to Jaden's bangs, is the point there. Now see how I also made it blunt across? You shouldn't actually do that for your Jaden bangs, because his bangs are longer and they're also not all even, which is what I did. I don't know what I was seeing in the reference picture that day, but whatever. Okay, so then after that, if you want to cut your Jaden bangs like mine, which I don't recommend, but if you want to, what I did next was I lined up here. I might have done this backwards. I might have done this first. I lined it up, made it straight against my head, and then I grabbed my scissors and I cut across horizontally. I know, what are you thinking, right? Okay, well, don't freak out. Did it horizontally. Then, to make it look more natural, I went back in after I removed the clip, and then I went like this. I actually might have even done a little bit below the clip, just to make sure that I didn't make them too short. Actually, what I did, though, now that I remember, I always make the clip longer, and then if I want to cut more off later, then I can readjust myself to cut off later, because you can always cut more off, you can't put it back on, right? So that's basically the gist of what I did with my Jaden wig. If you didn't get that, I'm sorry. It's been a really long time since I've done it. So another thing you can also buy are called croc clips, or they're called crocodile clips. I bought mine from eBay. They're these suckers right here. These are amazing for if you have a long-haired wig, or if you're working on a wig that you need to pin some hair back, and you have a lot of hair you need to pin back. That's amazing. These are amazing for that because they actually, I'm just going to set down the camera again, they actually bend right here, and they hold a lot of hair. Like you can, I'm using these right now for my Sherry wig from 5Ds to hold back her hair. But so you just clip them in there like that, and even if you have a lot of hair that you need to clip back or up, you can just twirl it and put it up like that. See, there's a lump there. I just twirled some hair and then get out. If I can get it out. Of course, it can hold a lot more hair than that. I'm not exaggerating. These will run you, these ones here, since I bought them off eBay, which I will list that seller again if you want to know. 4 of these ran me about $10 or $12. It was free shipping. That's pretty good for these. If you want to buy them cheaper, you can also buy them from Sally's online. They aren't like zebra, but I believe they're pink. There might also be other ones. These ones are just plain plastic. There's also silicone coated ones, which is good for if you had wet hair, because you can use these on your real hair too, right? Most hairdressers use these to hold up lots of hair. But the silicone ones are good for wet hair because then it doesn't slip as much. But for what you're doing with wig cutting, you probably just need the plastic ones, and the plastic ones aren't as expensive. So I believe on Sally's they run you about $6.99 plus shipping. Shipping is what murders you there, because for me to Canada it's $12.95 for shipping. So that's why I just bought them off of eBay. You can also get them at your local dollar store if your dollar store sells them. I just found that out from mine. But they are of cheaper quality. But you can buy probably, because you can get 4 of these from the dollar store for $2 plus tax, which is what mine were. I don't know how much they will be at your dollar store if you have them. They are of like way cheaper quality. Like you will feel the cheaper quality. These ones spring back right away and they're nice and tight. And they also have harder plastic and they don't feel as flimsy. The dollar store ones are very flimsy. This plastic on the bottom here that doesn't bend, it's very flimsy from the dollar store ones. So in the long run, if you want ones that'll last you a long time, I do recommend buying them from Sally's or buying them off of eBay, which I will link the seller in the description below. Spelling is like crocodile, right? Crocodile. These are the packaging that mine came in. Hairspray, because what did I spray my Jaden bangs with to do them? So I have 2 different kinds of hairspray here, which is Got to Be Glued. Got to Be Blasting Free Spray is what every cosplayer mostly uses. For Jaden's bangs, I wouldn't recommend using that high grade of a hairspray, because you don't need that much power for Jaden's bangs if you're just going to do them kind of natural like mine. So I use this kind right here. It's a professional brand, so this one is actually going to run you a bit more money. This one's about $16 plus tax for me anyways, where I bought it from. This one's about $6, right? But they're both made by the same company, which is awesome. But I stocked up on Got to Be because they actually look different. The hood looks different on these hairsprays. They can be round at the top here, but I stocked up on it. I bought this one when I was down in the States, and I bought some from my local Walmart when they still had it, because it's actually illegal to sell professional products like Got to Be in drugstores in Canada. It's illegal to do that, so that's why I stocked up on it. Because yeah, they do have some Got to Be products there still, but I believe they've totally racked out the Got to Be freezing spray, which is great for spiking. So this one's also a firm hold spray. right here it says finish. And it's a really nice hairspray for your hair as well, which is actually what I mostly use it for, but I found out it was great for wigs as well, with just the bangs, which is what I use them for like natural bangs, like Jaden's bangs that I use them for, and Ikito's bangs. Because I'm a retard, well, not a retard, but because I'm not the smartest, and I'm afraid that I'm going to wreck my bangs, I still keep my wigs on my head as I cut them. And I actually hairspray myself too. So my eyes are kind of burning by the time I'm done because I have wig hair in my eyes and I have hairspray in my eyes. But needless to say, all you do is take that off. I don't spray too close with this because it is a firm holding hairspray. I just start back farther and then spray it. I'm obviously not going to do it here because I'll get the surface sticky and I don't want that. But I just sprayed them today actually. I usually just spray them over before I go out at a convention. Usually don't need to do it that much because it's just a pre-thing for me, but it usually stays pretty good. So yeah, for extreme spikes, use the Got To Be Glued. For bangs, use a lighter firm hold hairspray because you don't really need a really firm hold hairspray for natural bangs if you still want them to move, right? You can also do a Jaden wig differently. You can buy 2 wigs of different colors, like a brown wig and an orange wig. This is obviously a more expensive option, right? But you can buy a brown wig and... oh, my voice is going. You can buy a brown wig and an orange wig, or whatever kind of color you want on top, you know, right? And you can weft it in there. There's a tutorial on a Japanese site, but it got taken down. I saw from Angie, she linked it to me. My hands look horrible, I'm sorry. But yeah, that would require wefting and all sorts of stuff. So if you're just starting wig working, I would recommend buying just a Jaden wig. You might think, oh my god, this is so much money, because I linked you the one that is about $50, but it's really not. In the long run, you're going to be saving yourself so much grief. I'm not even kidding. I've had this wig since 2010 and it's 2013 now, and I think it still looks pretty good. It's a little frizzy, but and now it falls over on me. It's a little frizzy. Alright. But it's still pretty good. If you want to see the back, I'll give you a tour of the Jaden wig. So you can see some wefts up here. I will show you that. You can see some wefts up here. That's probably from me washing it, because I've washed it so many times. But yeah, you can see the wefts if you go up, which is why I wasn't too impressed with it at first. But it's pretty good. I won't lie, it's pretty good. It's better than what the other eBay sellers are selling right now, in my opinion. Yeah, I know it looks really bad in the camera right now that you can see these wefts, but if you just move your fingers around, you can reposition the hair. Most people really don't say anything. They just say you have a cool wig. This is quality of Match Wigs if you want to see Match Wigs, since I'm right here. Match Wigs have really thick wigs. Like I said, they're the same quality as Arda. The only thing about Match Wigs is that their wigs, do run smaller in circumference than ArdaWigs. So if you have a bigger head, I would suggest buying from ArdaWigs. But I will tell you right now that this wig fits me very well. And I do have a bigger head. But it does fit me very well. The only thing that concerned me about this wig was when I put it out of the bag, I always just run through wigs with my fingers, because your fingers are basically the best tool if you can avoid combs. If you can't, then use a wide tooth comb. That's what I always use. But I was running my fingers through them, and a whole weft actually came out of the wig. Like I was really scared that you were gonna be able to see where it came out. Luckily you can't. Like you can't see anywhere. This is a really nice wig. I'm not even kidding. Like it's thick. Like you can see the weft if you lift it up like that, right? But it's like the jaded wig, but it's thicker. It's got lots of hair. Like you can't see any wefts up top here. So they do have really nice wigs. The only thing that is my complaint about them was that wefting. And you have to comb them constantly because they get frizzy very fast. So when I go around a convention with this, because this is actually going to be a Callan wig from Code Geass, I'm going to have to bring one of these suckers around and keep combing the bangs because it gets frizzy like super fast. Like I'll just put it on my head and bam, frizz. I have to comb it. I'm not kidding. Like right away I have to comb. Yeah, this is way longer than it should be. I'm sorry, I'm boring you all to death. But I'm just showing you basic tools now. So croc clips, they're great. So croc clips you buy from eBay, Sally's, or your dollar store. These things, I'm not really sure what they're called. They might be called duck clips or something. Duck clips actually are little metal clips though, I think, which some people use to pin things. But you can buy these from Chatters if you have Chatters. I don't know if that's just a Canadian thing, but that's where I bought mine from. These are just hair cutting scissors. You can also buy shears from Sally's if you're willing to fork out about $50. Those are probably the cheapest shears you'll find on Sally's. Read reviews because reviews are helpful if you don't want to get a crappy pair of scissors. But these are just Goody brand. I don't think I can get a focus on that. But that's those ones. This is a back combing comb. This one I bought from my old workplace. I used to work at a salon. I do work at one again now as a receptionist. This is great for back combing because that's what it's for, right? You have your oh Jesus, sorry, pardon my language. You have your bristles right here, which are all together, and then this is good for like fluffing. You want to fluff. See? Alright. How you would back comb, if you don't know how to back comb, you grab a string of hair. Not actually going to do it. Grab a string like that. This is awkward because I have to hold it. I don't even think I can show you guys. Basically, this piece right here, near the bottom root, you're going to grab your comb and you just do a downward motion like this, and then it makes the root really messy looking and your hair will stick up. It's better, the back combing is great if you're doing like a spiky wig, which I can show you that actually. Give me 1 second. I'm just showing you everything. Okay, this is my train wig that I'm working on, which I've kind of been slacking on. But see, I got spikes here. Oh, Ben, he just fell. I'm probably going to fix that now. Okay. A little heavy there, Trady. Okay, he's got spikes going on. This is a great base to work with because it's a punky from Cosworks or cosplay.com. They don't sell New Look anymore. So you'd have to buy a punky from eBay or Amphigory. But what I did was I did sections, as you can see here, of pulling hair up, and then I back combed at the root, which helps it stay up like this, and then I hairsprayed it just in the root, just a little bit in the root, because you don't want it to be heavy. So I sprayed it with Got2b. I used Got2b for this wig. And then at the tips, to make it look more natural, I used thinning shears. Maybe my cover's all grody. Better take them out. I'm gonna run out of room on here because I'm doing a long video. And I have to tell you what sections things are on. Okay, so I use thinning shears, which are these suckers here. Again, I bought these from Walmart. These are going to range you about $20 each, I think, these ones. The scissors and the thinning shears. I just cut at the end, I thinned at the end, because then it gives a more natural look. And then you can also just twist at the end like this, if you want, which I might do later on. Like that. I actually used some hairspray at the end as well, I believe. But if you want it to look like more pointed, just twist at the end. And then you would use Got2b gel, or you can use tacky glue. But remember, with tacky glue, you can't wash that out. You will have to snip that out. So make sure that's what you want, because that is a permanent fix. That's basically it for all my tools. I also have a razor. I'm getting a new razor because I don't like this one. But this is a hair razor in here. I don't like this one very much, so I'm going to order a different one. But I got it for free from my workplace when they shut down, so can't complain there. Bobby pins. If you want to use bobby pins, I don't really like using bobby pins for sectioning and things like that. I don't really like using them. I think they're useless, but some other cosplayers use them, but I don't like to. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm sorry this is so long now. Yeah, basically it. I was gonna say something else. Oh, right. Okay, so where I buy my wigs from, very quickly here. This is Match Wigs, which I would try Match Wigs again. I'm just kind of afraid of that wefting and how they're so frizzy. I don't really like that. But Match Wigs ranges from, like, this wig was $25 and it's free shipping. They come from China, so you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for your shipping. But it was about 2.5 weeks shipping from China for me, I believe. So that's fine by me. And they are really nice wigs. Like, they are super thick. Like, I would grade them up with Arda. Just Arda I do like better. So ArdaWigs is another place I buy wigs from, which is I bought my Starlight from there, my Once wig, my Adam wig. I think that's it now. Can't remember, sorry. Okay, so these ones here are from Match Wigs. I do like Arda better, so if you can afford to buy from Arda, which is, they range in $30 and up, plus shipping, but shipping isn't very expensive, it's like $5. So if you can afford to buy from Arda, I would rather buy from Arda than Match Wigs. If you can't afford to buy from Arda, then buy from Match Wigs if they have the style that you are looking for. There's better styles for spiking, I think, from Arda if you want. But they have multicolored wigs and everything from Match Wigs too. They're great. eBay. My seller I would recommend would be prettyland.eu. I've bought from random sellers before too. I bought my Sherry wig from a random seller, and it came and it was good. It's a little bit small on my head actually now that I like try it on again. So it might be kind of interesting, but it is a nice wig as well. It's got lots of hair as well, and it was the style I needed. I found out later on that the seller was stealing images, so I just got lucky. This is a New Look wig, which is, you can buy them from eBay, I believe, though you'd have to find a trusted seller because New Look can also be categorized in with, like, they could trick you for, like, Party City wigs, which is something you really don't want for cosplay. New Look is the bottom grade. Like, when I just started cosplaying, New Look was the place to go, right? Arda wasn't available yet. And it was at Cosworks, or now they're called CosplayShop.com or something like that, but they don't sell them anymore, so you'd have to buy a New Look wig if you want a punky, which is what this is. Punkies, they're fairly thick, but Arda is thicker once again. but they're great for spiking too. Arda's great for spiking too, so like, I mean, whatever you want to do. But these ones, you can buy from Amphagori or from eBay, basically. Amphagori is a bit slow, I've heard, and they only patronize to the United States. You can also order through Katie Bear. I don't know if she got any better with by shipping and everything, but there's some problems with her. I've never had a problem with her, because I've ordered some stuff from her before, but yeah, so you can try her. I don't know if she's gotten any better. Maybe look up some reviews. That's what I did. Amphagori is slow with shipping, I hear. Horrendous. And cosplayshop.com is horrible now too. I've never had any problems with them. Once again, Cosworks or cosplayshop.com, because I did order from them when they were still cosplayshop.com. I ordered them from them when they still had new look wigs, which is where I got that punky from. I didn't have any problems with them, but there are people that did when I did order from them at that time. But people have just been having constant problems with them since they've switched over to cosplayshop.com, and their new wigs don't look very good, in my opinion. They look shiny, they don't look real, they're not very good. I do like their teal color in those wigs. They're perfect for a Johan cosplay, but they don't have the right base to start and work with to make a Johan cosplay from GX. That's basically it. So I'll post links in the description below. I'm sorry this is like an hour-long video. Hopefully I helped you some, even though I kept rattling on about questions you didn't even ask me. So that was the question and answer video of very longness. I hope you all had a happy new year, and I will talk to you all again another day. See you later.